Shug, welcome. How are you?
I'm very good, Mike. How are you?
Good.
Thanks.
Congratulations. That was I know for you, a wonderful Saturday, and everybody was thrilled.
Well, thank you, Mike. It was a thrill of a lifetime for me. I'm still excited, and, I don't know, it's really sunk in. It's been a pretty whirlwind 30 hours for me since 6:30 on Saturday night, but it was just a pleasure to watch a horse you train run a race like you ran on Saturday afternoon.
The long stride and colt ran a great race, and it'll be off to Pimlico. He's already back on at Belmont Park, so the pictures already. Shug, you talked about him getting good. Now, you're always very patient with horses. We know that. What did you start to see in the early winter in Florida with Orb?
Mike, we broke his maiden on November 24th at Aqueduct, and we took him to Gulfstream, and for some reason he didn't train well down there in the morning. And then the 1st of January, I sent him to Payson Park, where I keep the bulk of my horses, a little softer racetrack, different atmosphere, and he got to train up there so well. But even when I ran him the first time, going a mile and eighth and one other than, I didn't know whether his running style would suit Gulfstream or not. And really, even though he was training great, I had my skeptics whether he would win or not the first time we ran him, and then we ran him at the Fountain of Youth, and he was able to win that, and then everything changed. Why? I can't answer. He just, what I was seeing, the times I would go from Miami up to Payson Park, and his physical appearance, his mental approach to things, his workouts were just something different than what I'd ever seen before, really, in a horse that had come from November the 24th to March the 1st thing.
Shug, you took a great horse there, Easy Goer, who didn't get the best of it, and then got his respect and his revenge at the Belmont a couple weeks later against Sunday Silence. Were you more confident with Easy Goer, or were you more confident on Saturday?
Well, I mean, obviously I was pretty confident with Easy Goer. He had a great 2-year-old year as a champion, and he'd come through his 3-year-old campaign very well. But I was a young guy then. I was probably nervous. It was really my first real sort of serious experience there, and so I'm going to think this past Saturday I was quietly awfully confident that he was going to run an awfully good race. Whether that was going to be good enough or not, I don't know. But the whole time, once we got him over there and got him schooled in the gate, schooled in the paddock and stuff, it was just all kind of gravy from there for me. And when we were over that afternoon, I really truly thought we might be running the best horse.
Were you worried now the horse has mud in his breed, that he liked the mud shows in his breeding, but that doesn't always mean something. Were you worried at all, Shug, about the track, or did you think the track would help him? What was your thoughts on the track when you saw it come up? You know that track as well as anybody. What was your thoughts about the track on Saturday?
I really wasn't worried about it. He trained over a muddy track there earlier, well, kind of the end of the week before, and, seemed to really kind of relish it. And, but you never know. The morning's different than the afternoon, and, but I felt like he would get a hold of it. Now, when he dropped back quite as far as he did, especially before I saw that first quarter, I was sort of wondering, is he liking the track or not? But when Joel got him into his rhythm going down the backside, I could see he was getting over it really well. But, as for my druthers, I would wish there was a fast track for everybody.
The first time the camera panned and we saw him, he looked like he was starting to move very well. What is so noticeable about him even then is his stride just seems to be longer than the other horses. Now, I don't know, I know that people measure such things, and there are horses that have a very long stride. He looks like he's got a real long stride, and he makes up ground very quickly, Shug.
Well, I agree with that. In the Florida Derby, Johnny, when he pushed the button, he started making that move on those horses, and then he sort of kind of backed, as me watching, sort of backed off a little bit. I was concerned, but then he switched on to his right lead, finished the race. But Johnny said in our press conference afterwards, he said, when I pressed the button, I was getting the horses a little bit faster than I wanted to, because he's got a little tendency to pull himself up or turn it off once he makes the lead. And I think the same thing happened Saturday. I think when Joel pushed the button, I think he got those horses quicker than he thought he was. And, I knew when he started making that move, we were going to be a factor. Whether we were going to win or not, I don't know. But I didn't know. But I knew we were going to be a factor because I've known the horse. I've watched, every one of his races, and he does cover a lot of ground. And I tell you, when we got to Churchill Downs, I think his stride got even longer than it was training all winter over at Payson Park.